What is going on, everybody? We are back here with another Madden 25 fantasy draft video, and today we are going to be doing the only drafting AFC players challenge. So yeah, the challenge is pretty straightforward. I can only draft players that are currently in the AFC. So as of 10/8/24 in the AFC, they are eligible to be drafted here. So yeah, let's get this started. Hopefully I get a pretty high pick because, you know, most of the good quarterbacks in the AFC are, and wow, I get pick 25, so that is less than ideal. And by the way, if I do sound a little different than how I normally sound if you are a regular here, it is because I'm currently sick and I do have kind of like a sore throat and a cough, so like it's making me sound a little bit different. I did do a few recordings and listen back to them just to like see how I sound, and I kind of feel like I sound a little bit different, but I mean, I guess we'll see. Maybe it's not that noticeable, but I mean, yeah, that's besides the point. So here in round one, my options here are Travis Kelce, TJ Watt, Chris Jones, Nick Chubb, who else? Roquan Smith, Derrick Henry. But I mean, I already know who I want. TJ Watt, we are going to be taking him here in round one. Hard to pass up on him. TJ Watt, welcome to the team. Okay, now in round two, I want to see what quarterbacks are here. So Aaron Rodgers is here. So Aaron Rodgers, and then, wow, who would be the other quarterback? I could take Russell Wilson. Gardner Minshew, I could take him. Drake May. Well, this is just a one season thing, so like getting Drake May would be kind of pointless because he would be like a developmental project. So Aaron Rodgers, I feel like he'll be available in round three. Like, I would really hope so because I'm not going to take a quarterback here. But what I do want to do is take Travis Kelce, even though I feel like he would be available next round. The thing is, though, I do have to take a quarterback next round, and if I go Travis Kelce next round, then there's a chance Aaron Rodgers won't be there. And I really want to add Travis Kelce to this team. So yeah, we're just going to take Travis Kelce here in round two, and then hopefully Aaron Rodgers will still be available in round three. All right, let's see. Is Aaron Rodgers still going to be here in round three? Gosh, dude, that is so frustrating. I should have just taken him in round two. Wow. Okay, so, well, Russ is going to be my quarterback. I'm not going to take him here in round three, but wow, that is frustrating. But I mean, I can only blame myself. I decided to wait instead of just taking a quarterback when I had the chance, but you know, it is what it is. So, I mean, here in round three, I feel like I should probably go with like a receiver. So I could go with D-Hop at 89 overall. What are the corner options here? Or I could go with Kenny Moore, but I did see Minkah Fitzpatrick was available. But the thing is, though, there's a lot of good safeties. There's not really that many good corners. So I feel like it probably makes the most sense to just take Kenny Moore here because the corners, they start to go very fast. So I might as well just grab one right here. So yeah, Kenny Moore, he's going to be staying in Indianapolis here in round three. And so here for round four, I think I should take a wide receiver here. And DeAndre Hopkins is still available. So we will take DeAndre Hopkins here in round four and add another piece to our offense here. In round five, is Russ still available? Okay, Russ is still available. I think Russ will be available for like a little bit longer. Like, I don't think I have to take Russ now, so I'm not really going to. So Derrick Henry, I know he's available late, so I'm not even going to worry about a running back right now. So what I think I should do here is try and build out this defense so we can really have a dominant force on defense. So Von Miller is available at edge, or at linebacker, I could go CJ Mosley. I could go with, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but I know he plays for the Jaguars. Corner, I could take Teron Johnson. Safety, Kevin Byard doesn't. Javon Holland, he plays in the AFC. What about strong safety? Jordan Poyer, yeah, he's on the Dolphins, so I could take him. I don't know. I feel like it would make the most sense to go with like a defensive lineman here. So I feel like since I already have an edge rusher, I might as well take an interior guy. So yeah, DeForest Buckner here in round five. Okay, it's round six, and I'm noticing the quarterbacks are starting to go. So I don't want to miss out on a quarterback like I did earlier by missing out on Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, we're just going to take Russell Wilson here in round six. It might be a little bit of a reach because I don't really know how long he stays on the board for, but we don't want to risk it. So yeah, Russell Wilson here in round six. Okay, so for round seven, so CJ Mosley is just sitting here at number 5 on the board, and I can't lie, I really want to take him here and add him to this defense, and you know what, I think that's exactly what I'll do. Yeah, we'll take CJ Mosley here in round 7. Okay, so now for round 8, do I go, I probably should take another receiver here because I only have one. So I could go T. Higgins here, and I mean, yeah, I'm going to go T. Higgins here. So yeah, T. Higgins here in round 8. And then in round 9, so Derrick Henry is still here, but I'm pretty sure Derrick Henry will be on the board until like round 10, because I did do a fantasy draft video like a few weeks ago, and Derrick Henry was available until like round 11, I think. I don't really remember, but all I know is he was available very late, so I'm just gonna hope he's available later on, and I think I'll take a cornerback here, actually. Okay, so it turns out Darius Williams is not in the AFC. I thought he was on the Jaguars, but I guess he's on the Rams now. Well, I guess I'm looking it up now. He was on the Jaguars, but he went back to the Rams, so that is very unfortunate. So what I'm going to be doing instead is drafting another edge rusher here, and we are going to pick up Von Miller here in round 9. Okay, is Derrick Henry still here in round 10? Okay, he is. So I've been waiting to take Derrick Henry, and he is still here in round 10. So we are going to pick up Derrick Henry here in round 10. Derrick Henry, welcome to the team. And for the next couple of rounds, I think I'm really going to focus on building out this defense. So what I'm going to do here in round 11 is complete our defensive line by drafting defensive tackle Michael Pierce. Next here in round 12, I'm going to be taking linebacker Quincy Williams. And in round 13, we are going to be adding our first safety. I am going to be taking Micah Hyde here, and I know he is currently a free agent, but the last team he played for was the Bills, and they are an AFC team, of course. And since, you know, I make the rules for this challenge, I'm going to allow it. So yeah, Micah Hyde here in round 13. And in the next round, we are going to add another safety. We are going to be taking strong safety Jimmy Ward here in round 14. And in round 15, I think this will be the last defensive pick I make for a while, because, you know, we still have to draft an entire offensive line. So I'm going to focus on that. We are going to take Mike Hilton here in round 15. Okay, so now it is time to build out this offensive line. So let's just see who's available. So Cam Robinson, I believe he's on the Jaguars. I'll have to double check. I have been double checking for like everybody that I'm drafting, so no worries on that. And right guard, for some reason, it's just glitched out. I don't understand as to why, but like it's been this way for like a while, and you know, it still hasn't been fixed. But anyways, I could take Shaq Mason because he does play for the Texans. But at right tackle, Morgan Moses, I believe he's on the Jets, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe the Ravens. I don't know. I'll look it up. So I was right. Morgan Moses is currently on the Jets, but we are going to be taking Cam Robinson here in round 16. He does play for the Jaguars, so he is an AFC player, and he's going to be our first offensive lineman here in this AFC Draft Challenge. And then here in round 17, we are going to add another offensive lineman, right guard Shaq Mason. Okay, for round 18, I do not know how to pronounce his last name. I think it's Ross or something. So yeah, I have no idea. Ted Karras here in round 18. Welcome to the team. Also, I have decided I will go to round like 25, maybe like 23 or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's besides the point. Here in round 19, we are going to be taking left guard Cody Whitehair. And in round 20, we still do need a third wide receiver, and Odell Beckham is still here. And so we will be adding him to the AFC players only team here in round 20. All right, so unfortunately, Morgan Moses got taken a couple rounds ago. So long story short, we are going to have to do a lot of shuffling around on the offensive line after the draft. And the highest rated player that I can draft on the offensive line is John Simpson at 74 overall. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing here in round 21. Okay, so for round 22, I don't really have many positions I need to draft. I do still need a third linebacker, so that is, I guess, something we could look at. But Jordan Hicks, I believe he's on the Browns. I'm going to look that up just to be sure. Okay, yeah, I just confirmed it. He is currently on the Browns. So yeah, Jordan Hicks here in round 22. Welcome to the team. And now in round 23, I think what I'll do is I'll take a third corner, because I believe we still need a third corner. So I believe Patrick Peterson, I don't think he's currently on a team, but if I'm not mistaken, his last team was the Steelers. I'm going to look it up just to be sure. Okay, yeah, I just confirmed it. His last team was the Steelers. So we are going to take Patrick Peterson here as my third cornerback. And man, I feel like I sound just like so weird. Like, I feel like when I watch this back, I'm going to be just like cringing at how weird I sound, because like my sore throat and everything. And I've been coughing a lot, and like that's not helping at all. Like, I've been trying to drink water and stuff, but like it is not helping. Like, I literally just had to like stop talking to cough there. But yeah, I mean, I'm recording this video on like 2 different days. Like, well, not like 2 different days. Like, I mean, it's 4 a.m. on the 8th right now, and like once I finish the draft, I'm gonna like go to sleep, and then I have work and everything, and then I'm gonna finish recording after work. So hopefully I'll sound a little better by then because I'll have like slept and everything like that. But yeah, that's besides the point. Patrick Peterson here in round 23. Okay, so round 24, I'll just make 2 more picks. So, but I mean, yeah, like I was saying, hopefully I sound a lot better in like this second part of this video because like, I don't know, I feel like I sound really weird, but like maybe it's just in my head. Maybe I don't sound different at all, but I don't know. That's besides the point. So tight end, we could use a backup tight end. So Hayden Hurst, I believe his last team was the Panthers. So I don't think I can take him. I'll look it up just to be sure though. Well, it actually turns out he's currently on the Chargers. I did not know about that. I did not know he got signed there. So yeah, we'll take Hayden Hurst here in round 24, and then I'll make 1 more pick after that. All right, so here in round 25, where do I go with this pick? I feel like taking a wide receiver probably makes the most sense. Actually, what I could do, I could just take Patrick Ricard. Because, like, I really don't know who else I would draft at this point. Like, I know the CPU is going to draft me, like, 1,000,000 wide receivers, but, like, I mean, does it really matter? Because, like, only the first 3 really get utilized. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. So, yeah, I'll just take Patrick Ricard here in round 25. Okay, quick audible. We're going to go 26 rounds. Why not? So, we'll just take 1 more wide receiver. Alec Pierce, if I'm not mistaken, is on the Colts. I'm just going to be 100% sure. I'm going to double check real quick. Okay, yeah, he was. That's exactly what I thought. But, you know, just had to double check and be 100% sure. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to make any more picks here because, you know, I basically have my entire team. So, drafting is pretty pointless at this point. I guess, you know, I'll take another corner. Just because 4 wide receivers, I might as well get 4 corners. And so for my last pick here in round 27, it is going to be K'Waun Williams. He is the highest rated corner that I can take. So yeah, we will be taking K'Waun Williams here in round 27. This is for sure my last pick because at this point, I'm just drafting backups. So yeah, and Kyle Juszczyk got drafted. I remember Kyle Juszczyk used to go undrafted in like all of my Madden 24 ones and in some of my Madden 25 fantasy drafts as well. And then I would always sign him after the draft. I remember in my Madden 24 fantasy draft guide, I put, don't draft a fullback because Kyle Juszczyk always goes undrafted. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the draft here. I'm going to adjust some positions around and then we'll check out what the roster is looking like. All right, it is currently 2:48 a.m. on the 10th. So it's been a little bit since I recorded the first part of this video. So hopefully I sound a little bit better. I'm not really sure if there's going to be much of a difference because I am still feeling a bit sick. But anyways, though, that's besides the point. We are currently sitting at an 87 overall with an 87 offense and an 89 overall defense. And so like I mentioned, we did have to do a little shuffling around on the offensive line. So the CPU drafted Jawan Taylor for me and I found out that he's a 75 overall as a guard. So I decided to move him to guard so that way we can have him there. And then in line with that, I moved Shaq Mason out to right tackle. So, you know, it's not much different than what I was originally thinking. Like, I did originally know before, like, I saw Jawan Taylor was a 75 overall guard that I would move Shaq Mason out to right tackle. So, you know, in my head, it's basically the same, except, you know, just a different left guard because, you know, originally John Simpson was going to start. But yeah, so that's what the offensive line is looking like. And then, of course, at quarterback, we got Russell Wilson, Stenson Bennett in there at backup, and Clayton Tune is in there at quarterback number 3. And then at running back, so we got Derrick Henry. The CPU drafted me Jamal Williams. So we got a pretty good 1-2 punch there. And at running back. And then as for our receivers, oh, also Patrick Ricard, can't forget about him. He's our fullback. And then at receiver, we got DeAndre Hopkins, T. Higgins, Alec Pierce, and Odell Beckham Jr. So we got a pretty good receiving core. And then, of course, we got Travis Kelce and Hayden Hurst as our tight ends. So yeah, Russell Wilson definitely has a lot of options to throw the ball to here in this offense. And we are also going to be using the Colts playbook. I do normally use the Chiefs playbook, but I decided we'll stick with the Colts one and we'll just see how it goes. You know, I'm not really sure what the best playbooks are for simulation here in Madden 25. I'm still kind of experimenting and seeing what works and what doesn't. So yeah, just for now, we're going to use the Colts one. In future videos, I might go back to the Chiefs one. I guess it really just depends. But yeah, that's what the offense is looking like. 87 overall. Now let's check out the 89 overall defense. All right, so first things first, it says the defense is 100% scheme fit. But like TJ Watt, Mike Hilton, Jimmy Ward, Von Miller, Kenny Moore are not scheme fits. So, I don't think that's very accurate. But besides that, this defensive line is insane. Von Miller, DeForest Buckner, Michael Pierce, and TJ Watt. This defensive line is probably the best in the league. And I would imagine we will end up leading the league in sacks. And we could also be the #1 run defense just because of this defensive line, as well as this front seven in general. I mean, Quincy Williams, CJ Mosley, and Jordan Hicks. This is a very solid front seven. So we could very well be a top 5 team against the run, which, I mean, that would be very ideal because having a dominant defense is definitely nothing to complain about. And then our secondary, we got Kenny Moore, Mike Hilton, Patrick Peterson, Micah Hyde, and Jimmy Ward. And I could very well see us being a top 10, maybe even a top 7 team against the pass. That could happen. And at 89 overall, that could be one of the higher rated defenses in the league. You can't really look at overalls, which is, kind of unfortunate, but I would imagine if I could, this team I feel like would be pretty high up at 89 overall. But yeah, so that's what the defense is looking like. That's enough of me talking. I think it's about time we see how well this team does on the field. And so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do the season simulation. But before we do that, we got to do the record prediction because we do that before every simulation we do here. Whether it's on NBA 2K25 or Madden 25, we got to do it. So I feel like we have a floor of like 10-7 and a ceiling of like 13-4. That's a very wide range, but like I feel like we'll be somewhere within that range. So I'm gonna predict that I'll predict 11-6. I feel like we'll be a playoff team, but I don't feel like we'll win our division because, Madden is just all over the place with Sims. So I feel like we'll get into the playoffs at 11-6. I mean, it is possible we win our division at 11-6, but I feel like we won't win it, but I feel like we'll still get in the playoffs. But yeah, if you guys would like, you guys can comment your record prediction. And actually, I'm kind of curious, was our special teams AFC players? So yeah, Chris Boswell, Ryan Stonehouse, both are AFC special teams players who I did not draft, but, just coincidentally happen to be AFC players. So this is an AFC players team all across the board, so that ends up working out. But yeah, that's besides the point. We're going to go ahead and sim the season and we'll see if we end up making the playoffs. All right, week 15, we're getting pretty close to the end of the season simulation here. So let's see, we're going to find out if we make the playoffs here momentarily, and we go 9-8. Wow. Okay, well, that is very unfortunate. Well, Russ was second in the league with 44 passing touchdowns, but was 26 with yards. That is interesting statistics there. And I guess the Giants, Chiefs, and Cowboys all had better defensive lines than us, so that's unfortunate. So we weren't even close to making the playoffs. We went 9-8 and got the 9th seed, whereas the 7th seed went 12-5. So we really had no chance at making the playoffs there. Even if we won 2 more games and went 11-6 as I had predicted, we still would have missed the oh no, actually we would have won our division, so we wouldn't have missed the playoffs. But I mean, making it as a division winner though, we would have had to win 3 more games and have a tiebreaker over the Browns. So yeah, that's wow, that's insane. But so yeah, the next fantasy draft challenge that I will be doing is going to be the NFC draft challenge, of course. I'll be doing that within the next couple of days, so if you guys are interested, make sure to stay tuned for that. I do have a couple other fantasy draft challenge videos up on my page if you guys are interested. Those are up in a playlist on my page, so you can feel free to check those out. But I mean, looking at our team ranks, so we were 4th with offensive points per game, 26 with pass yards, but we were 3rd with rush yards. So I guess drafting Derrick Henry was a pretty good idea, I guess. But for some reason, our defense just sucked. 25th with points, 32nd against the pass, 3rd against the run. So we were good with the run, but we sucked with the pass and letting up points. How does that? Okay, well, I guess we just didn't have a good defense for some reason, which is, very unfortunate because ideally, we would go on to the playoffs and, try and win the Super Bowl. But I mean, you can't win them all, so it is what it is. So yeah, that is going to be the end of the AFC Draft Challenge here in Madden 25. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way into the end. I really appreciate that. If you're interested in checking out my other content, I do have a ton of playlists on my page. I have Madden 25 content, NBA 2K25 content, College Football 25 content, and just gaming content in general. If you guys are interested, you guys can feel free to go check those out. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.